And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we will be discussing, should you pay for information that could be found online for free? And we live in the information age today. Information is readily available at your fingertips. You have more computing power in the palm of your hand than the best and fastest and most expensive computer 10 years ago. And I think that this is a conversation that is extremely polarizing when it comes to entrepreneurship. You have people of the mindset that feel and believe that you shouldn't pay for things that you can find for free online. And then you have other people who they're of the mindset that it's not just the information that you get when you buy a product. You are buying access to mentorship. You are buying access to cutting down your time. You are buying access to building networks and relationships. And many of you don't understand that a lot of these free products and services and YouTube channels and blogs, they really only cover surface level information, and they don't give you enough information to really become proficient and competent in any particular subject matter. When you are buying a product, when you are buying a service from someone, mentorship, the purpose of doing that is so that you can maximize the most valuable asset that you have. And it's not money and it's not material things. The most valuable asset that you have as an aspiring entrepreneur is time. You can always make more money. You can always find the next latest, greatest opportunity to invest in. You can always find this once in a lifetime opportunity. What you can't get back is time. And the whole purpose of you buying products and knowledge and information and mentorship is for the person who is teaching you to be able to cut down and speed up your learning curve and get you to the point where you can take action on the information and be able to get up and running and up to speed. I am not saying that you should just run out and buy information. What I'm saying is that you should be able to use discernment and understand what is value and what is not value. And today I'm going to share with you a story about how I used to be of the mindset that most of these products and services are garbage and you shouldn't have to pay for information. And I've been an entrepreneur now for over 12 years. I've purchased countless products and services. I still to this day am buying products and services and information. And I am of the mindset if I can learn one thing from a product or service that can make me more profitable, that could make me more productive, then even if the product is garbage, that one thing could be $1 million spark in your business. And many of you have this free 99 mindset, and that's exactly what's holding you back. Because chances are that if you're chasing quote unquote free 99 all the time, you attract a lot of free 99 material, you attract a lot of free 99 people, and then therefore you can't take that next step in your business to really get to that next level. So we're going to dive deep today. Some of you may not like what I have to say. Some of you are going to be upset and offended by the things that I'm going to say, but I have to give it to you straight and real. And I believe in transparency and really giving you guys, information that can really elevate those of you who want it. So as you come into the live stream, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified. Make sure that you join my mailing list in the description below. For those of you who want to contact me, follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, and I will respond to you. For those of you who are interested in coding, learning how to code, learning about blockchain technology, learning about different cryptocurrency projects, please do me a favor and join my Tech Academy. We currently have a 7-day free trial, so you can test it out, see if you like it. And if you like what we have to offer, you can stick around. For those of you who are already a part of the Academy, the live stream that we had on Thursday, because I have a new MacBook Pro, I guess the settings weren't upgraded or updated correctly. So it was not recorded. So what we're going to do is we're simply just going to redo the live stream on Tuesday. Be on the lookout for the link that will be in the description below. For those of you who are a part of the academy, and this goes back into who do you follow? If you are in the academy and you went through the Ethereum course and you followed the instructions that I gave you, and you made any purchases, trades, or provided any liquidity on Uniswap prior to September 1st, 2020, you can go and claim the Uni token now. 400 free tokens you can get simply for using that decentralized exchange. So now, I'm not going to take credit for your wins, but what I'm going to tell you is by you accessing me and leveraging my knowledge and my information, those Uni tokens today are worth well over $2,000. You have an airdrop. You have an airdrop right now that's worth over $2,000 if you participated in that decentralized exchange. So by you paying me $50 per month to be a part of the academy, now allowed you to make over $2,000. And that's just the beginning. Again, I'm not here bragging. I'm telling you that you pay for information and you pay for people that actually are going to give you value. And I see some donations that just popped up inside of the stream. And thank you guys. EC said nothing's free. Time, energy, frustration, money. Exactly. And then Charles Fenton just posted, thanks for the heads up on Uni. I wouldn't have even known if you hadn't made the video. I swapped them for 7 ETH. Exactly. And me being an OG in this space, guys, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto. I've also lost a lot of money in crypto. What did I say in this video? And I'm showing you this video right now because, see, YouTube is shadow banning these type of videos. They don't want you putting out crypto content. So whenever I put up crypto content, they don't put this type of content on the front page. So you have to come to my channel and find this information. But if you followed this information and you followed my Tech Academy, you should be up well over $2,000. So Charles Fenton was able to claim his Uni tokens, and thank you for the $100 donation. You know, and I appreciate that because, see, I come up here and I provide you guys with value. And if you followed the information that I was providing in my Tech Academy, you should have been using Uniswap to get that airdrop. That's what you pay for. You're paying to get access to people that can help speed it up. Someone else just put, that is true. I never knew about Uni until the class, so I was able to claim my tokens. This is another one of my students who was able to claim that token. Again, I'm not taking credit for your wins because at the end of the day, it's your money. What I'm saying is that by being a part of that community was able to open you up to investing into Uniswap in the first place. Now, what I want to do is first, I want to share a story with you to show you how I got out of that broke mindset of thinking that everything should be for free. This right here is a course by the name of FB Ads Cracked. This is 2.0, but the first course came out, I believe, in 2013. And this course was made by a guy by the name of Don Wilson. Now, at the time, I was in a affiliate marketing company by the name of Empower Network. And then I had joined another company called Wake Up Now. And had I not been a part of those communities, I would have never met Don Wilson to find out about this course. See, there's something known as timing. And when preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable. It's just a matter of time, right? Because you are not prepared. Teespring had just launched around this time. This could have been 2013, 2014. I'm not even sure of the exact dates, but just follow me here. No one knew about Teespring at the time. And Facebook had just launched its ads platform where you can advertise. It was like the Wild Wild West back then. There wasn't any of these regulations and rules that Facebook has now. You were able to get clicks for 2 cents back then. So what I was doing, Beyonce came out with the song Surfboard, right? Drunken Love. So I made a t-shirt, hashtag surfboard. I was then using a tool that Don Wilson provided us where I could scrape every single user ID on the Facebook fan page for Beyonce. And I can create a custom audience to target only people that liked Beyonce. Yes, there were people teaching how to market on Facebook and do ads on Facebook for free, but they weren't teaching to the level that Don Wilson was teaching. And at that time, they wasn't teaching people how to sell t-shirts on Teespring. Now, the cool thing about Teespring was that they would foot the bill as far as actually sending out the stuff. You just had to basically reach a certain goal, right? So your goal could be 50 t-shirts or 100 t-shirts. So because of what Don Wilson was teaching at that time, the timing was right for me to make a killing. I was able to get my first $10,000 month doing Teespring, selling t-shirts through Teespring. I got to the point where I was selling so many t-shirts from the NFL store. I was selling more t-shirts than the NFL store. The NFL sent me a cease and desist letter and was getting ready to sue me because I was literally just copying their designs. I learned that from Don Wilson. I learned how to do a PSD format with Photoshop and how to layer the images properly and do that because I paid for that mentorship. I paid for that knowledge. Now I take it a step further. Because I was doing so well with selling t-shirts on Teespring and Don Wilson had a group for people, I was able then to build relationships with other people inside of that group who were like-minded, who were entrepreneurs, who two of those people today are actually investors in my little family fund and office that I run, right? So how was I able to foster those relationships? Because I was willing to put up some money, right? I wasn't out here looking for quote unquote free information. Now, am I saying that you should just go out here and just spend money frivolously? No. What I'm saying is that you need to be able to educate yourself because see, another thing what a lot of you don't understand, and thank you for the donation, TD Hip Hop. When you don't have skin in the game, it's easy to quit. When you don't have your own money invested, because as an entrepreneur, I'm telling you right now, you're going to run into problems. You're going to run into difficulty. You're going to run into obstacles and challenges. And if you don't have any money invested, it's easy to throw your hands up and say, I quit. Because it doesn't cost you nothing. Right? It doesn't cost you anything. See, when you have money invested in something, you're going to put in those extra hours. You're going to humble yourself and make that extra contact. You're going to make that phone call to that stranger that you don't know to try to build that relationship to make that contact. You're going to do the necessary things in your business to get where you need to go because you put out that money. You have skin in the game. And that's a really good book. I encourage you guys to go and read a book called Skin in the Game. See, when you spend money, why do you think people pay $60,000 or $70,000 a year to go to Harvard? It's not that what they're teaching at Harvard is any better than what they're teaching at your local community college. They're educational institutions. When you pay to go to Harvard, you're paying to be a part of a network. You're paying to be a part of a community. You are paying to be able to tap into resources that is at that university, is at that location, that isn't at your local community college. So in the future, when you want to go and start a business, you can go and pick up the phone and say, hey, my next door neighbor is a data analyst. My next door neighbor is an executive at this company. See, this is how you build networks. See, many of us, we come from poverty. Many of us, we come from failure. When I say failure, I don't mean we're failing. I mean, we come from parents and grandparents who, whether it's systematic racism, oppression, whatever you believe in, right? They were not able to achieve certain levels of success. So if you just stay within your bubble, you are never going to achieve the success that you want to achieve. It's just not going to happen. So you have to be constantly willing to reach up and reach outside of yourself and reach into other networks to pull out resources. See, so many of us, we stay in these circles that do not allow us to grow. And as I said before, if you have that mentality that you're not going to pay for information, then you're going to constantly be stuck at free information. Why am I saying this? I have a crypto academy. I teach people about cryptocurrency. We're getting into coding right now. We have the JavaScript bootcamp going on. We're about to start building our first project to put into your portfolio, right? I want to show you something. This right here is Andreas Antonopoulos. He is one of the brightest minds in the crypto and blockchain space that exists right now, bar none. No one, I would put my money on him against anyone when it comes to debating. He has a YouTube channel, 203,000 subscribers. He has a ton of free content. Up and down his channel, free YouTube videos, up and down his channel for free. Here's the problem. Where do you start? If you are a new person and you are seeking for information and you want to learn, you're going to spend 27 minutes watching this video, 6 minutes watching this video, an hour watching this video, 5 minutes watching this video, an hour watching this video. Where do you start? See, there's something known as time. You only have 24 hours in a day. You have to sleep 8. Many of you have a job or some type of a side hustle. You have a wife, a husband, you have kids. You got to go to the gym. You have to cook. Do you have 6 or 7 hours every day to go through this man's channel to try to find information that may be relevant to what's going on? Or do you want to join an academy like my academy where we get straight to the point where you can start getting into things that can actually start making you money? The courses I have, within 2 hours, I think the longest course I have is about 2 hours and 15 minutes. You will have everything you need to know about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, about Monero. So now you can get up and running, because guess what? As I said before, you follow what I was teaching in Ethereum, you're up over $2,000 right now today. Right now today, you're up over $2,000. Is Andreas Antonopoulos smarter than me? Absolutely. Is he more knowledgeable than me? Absolutely. But he's not giving you actionable information that you can take action on. That's the key thing. Can you take action on the information that a person is giving you? Because see, let me show you what happens with free information. Let me show you what happens with free information. I keep telling you guys about this time and time again. MIT has open courseware. Harvard has open courseware. This right here is literally them recording the classroom where they're teaching you about how to program in Python. They're teaching you this for free. You can get the textbook, you can get the actual notes, the slides from the class, and you can watch the professor. But let me show you what happens to the video as you continue to go forward. Right here is July 31st, 2019. This course is from 2016. Let me show you what happens. This first video has 327,000 views. What do you think happens to the views as the course continues? Do you think the views go up, or do you think the views goes down? Follow me. This is important. 327,000 views. Right now, if we go all the way down to here, we go from the first video having over 300,000 views to the, 15th video only having 27,000 views. The 15th video only has 27,000 views. Why is that? Because they don't have any skin in the game. Because what's easy to do is easy not to do. Because see, they didn't have to come out of their pocket and spend that money. So the minute that they encounter difficulty and challenge, they drop it. Mentorship is important because mentorship gets you to an actionable point in your life. So anytime you hear a person saying to you, oh, well, you can get this information for free. Number one, you're only getting surface level information. Case in point, I'm teaching a coding bootcamp about JavaScript. Do you understand? And again, this is not knocking any of you guys. I understand a lot of you, this is your first time coming across tech. Do you understand that JavaScript is just the beginning of web development? So you have a guy like Mosh. I love Mosh. I've purchased Mosh's courses. Mosh has a lot of surface level information. You can find out how to create a string, to create an object literal, to do control flow. There's tons of videos about that. But are they going to teach you CSS, HTML, how to blend them together, how to access APIs in different databases? Are they going to teach you about different frameworks? Which frameworks are companies looking for right now? right? Because React JS is the new in thing today. So now you may come across a blog or a website and they may be trying to teach you Firebase. Well, it's good to learn it, but that's not what developers are really using right now in a major way. The new kid on the block is React JS. So you may spend hours learning information that may be dated 2 years ago or a year ago, because in the tech world, a year is like 5 years. So while you're sitting here learning this free information, it's not even relevant to the marketplace today. Now, can it help you? Can it make you more proficient? Can it make you more knowledgeable? Absolutely. It may make you more knowledgeable, but it may not be what's needed right now for you to make money. What's your most valuable asset? Time. Time. So you can sit around here and you can keep saying, I could get this for free. You can get it for free. And you can spend the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months learning outdated information that's not relevant anymore. That's not necessary in the marketplace right now. If I don't buy this course from Don Wilson, I'm not standing here today right now. I don't make back that money that I lost when I blew my trading account. When I blew my trading account, I don't make back that money if I don't take this course right here, Facebook Ads Crack. I believe I paid $600 for that course. Now, I could listen to broke people online who are going to tell me they can teach me Facebook pay-per-click marketing, or I can go to a person who's reputable and who's credible. Because guess what? All of these people who are hating, who are saying, oh, you can get that information for free, go to their YouTube channel, look at their free information, and let's see how successful their students are, right? Because your information, your students are a reflection of your information. So all of these people who are telling you that you can get this for free, then we should see all of the successful students that they've taught for free. Now, you always hear people say, well, those that can't do, they teach, which is another ignorant statement that a lot of people make. Look at Mike Krzyzewski. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He wasn't that good of a basketball player. Just because he wasn't a good player doesn't mean that he couldn't be a good coach. He's went on to coach Vince Carter and so many. Did he coach Vince? Or I think that was Dean. Was that Dean Smith that coached Vince? But right now in the NBA, I believe that Austin Rivers played there. So many great pros played at Duke. I can't even think right now. I mean, I could pull up the list right now just so that we could be accurate, because I want to make sure I'm speaking factually. So let's go here real quick and pull up Duke. It's not letting me do this here, right? So we have Duke pros under Mike. Let's pull this up real quick, right? Want to make sure that I'm correct when I'm speaking, because I think that this is important when you start thinking about who do you listen to and why do you listen to them, right? Ranking the best players that come from Duke. JJ Redick. Who else played who played for Mike Krzyzewski? 46 players. Mike Dunleavy, Danny Ferry, Jabari Parker, JJ Redick, Johnny Dawkins, Christian Laettner, Kyrie Irving. I forgot Kyrie played at Duke. Corey Maggette, Carlos Boozer, Luau Deng, Shane Battier, Elton Brand, Grant Hill, just among a short list who played under Mike. Now, Zion Williamson, Seth Curry, Kyrie Rivers, Ingram. They're way more talented than Mike Krzyzewski could have ever been. They've had better careers than he could have dreamed of in his wildest dreams. But he was able to do something as well that's great by being a great coach. So that notion that, oh, well, those who can't teach, yeah, okay, he may not can't play that well, but it doesn't mean he can't be a hell of a teacher. Doesn't mean that he can't bring out talent from other people. I tell you guys right now, many of you, after you go through this coding boot camp, you are going to be better coders and developers and programmers than I ever could be. Why? Because many of you are going to find a deep passion for this. Many of you are going to sit there and you're going to spend 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day coding, and you're going to go and be great because you're going to love it, right? I know how to code because I went through coding boot camps, and I've been playing around with programming for about 4 years now, 5 years. But many of you are going to go on and become great. But you're going to get that exposure by going through the academy. You get that exposure, right? You're going to be able to tap into new networks and new resources and build new relationships and build networks by being a part of groups. As I said before, when you go to Harvard, you don't go to Harvard because the education is superior. You go to Harvard for the connections that you're going to make. You go to Harvard for the relationships that you will develop and foster. That's what you're buying into a network. I, to this day, still buy courses. I, to this day, am a part of groups, private groups, mentorship groups, and I pay because time is money and you should want to pay. And here's the funny thing. I talked to you guys about Mosh. Look how much content he has on his YouTube channel about programming in almost every language. And then guess what? He'll teach you that surface level information. He'll teach you what a class is, what a string is, what an object is, what an array is. He'll teach you that. And it'll be just enough to get you into his course that he's going to charge you $149 for, $60 for, $60 for, right? It's marketing. These free tutorials that you come across on YouTube, it's all marketing. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Mosh is not a scammer. He's one of the top educators on YouTube. And you should want to pay him because the free stuff he gives away is quality. See, this is how things work. If this man is putting together this type of content for free, and it's so quality for free, then you know the paid information is going to be even better. Again, what is your most valuable asset? It is time. And you are paying a mentor to cut down your learning curve. You're paying your mentor so that you don't have to spend hours reading a forum, watching tutorials. You'll understand how to blend things together. You'll understand how to sift through information. You'll be able to readily get an answer to a question rather than having to watch tutorial after tutorial after tutorial. That's what happens. That's what happens when you do that. You speed up your learning curve. And as I said before, I've been a part of free groups and I've been a part of paid groups. I'm telling you, paid groups are always better. You'll learn more. You'll grow faster. You'll build better relationships. Now, does that mean that you should just go out here and spend $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 on information? Absolutely not. Because see, I'm teaching you right now of how to use discernment. You come to Mosh's channel. His channel is all about programming. His channel is all about programming. So guess what I do? I come here and I watch some of his free information and I say, damn, he knows a lot about programming. His whole entire channel is about programming. So I can tell that he's knowledgeable because it's not like he's just using a bunch of big words out of context, right? He's not marketing gold shiny shoes to me. He's not marketing half naked women and multiple wives. He's not hanging out with Young Jeezy and putting up checks, fake checks. He's not doing that, right? He's talking to you about programming. He's talking to you about how to be a good programmer, how to use different languages, how to use different frameworks. Okay, I like that. Another person I always tell you guys about, meet Kevin. right? Meet Kevin is extremely knowledgeable in not just real estate, but personal finance. You can learn a lot from this man if you want to get into real estate. Okay, check. Is he using the alias like Brother Polite or Jay Morrison? No, he's using his real name. Can I look up his track record? Okay, I can pull up his track record. Can I look at his YouTube channel and see consistency? Can I see this man doing real estate transactions? Can I see this man doing real estate? Okay, I like what I'm seeing. Look at the type of camera that he's using. Look at his setup in his background. Look how much he's reading. Look at the consistency of his channel. Every day he's putting out 2 or 3 videos. He's not walking around in a park holding up his cell phone, right? He's taking out the time to give you quality information, quality content that you can learn stuff from. And then now you come to his products. He's not charging you $3,000 for mentorship. And guys, there's tons of other people on there. You have the guy Graham Stephan, right? You have Whiteboard Finance. I'm just telling you, I'm using this as an example to teach you guys of how to understand what you should be paying for and what you should not be paying for. No, you should not be paying for flashcards. Flashcards is an absolute waste of money. No, you should not be paying a person to give you a bunch of definitions that you can look up on Investopedia. But to learn how to do wedge deals, to learn how to build a YouTube channel for $469, you don't think it's worth it? You don't think about this. You don't think it's worth. This man built a YouTube channel from scratch, has 848,000 subscribers. We live in the digital age now. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. You don't think that paying him $469 isn't worth it? Of course it is. Now, when I created My Tech Academy, because I know that my content is valuable, I know that I'm good at teaching, I know that I'm good at educating, I purposely put a 7-day free trial. Why? Because number one, I know that you can't finish all of the content in 7 days. Number two, I stand on my product that I'm willing to give it away for free for 7 days. Many of these people that I'm showing you right now, they have 30-day refund policies. Right? They have 30-day refund policies. Now, this man says the poor black man. Now, what I want you to do, if you're telling me you learned real estate from reading books and Bigger Pockets content, then what I want you to do is I want you to show me how successful you are. And then I want you to tell me, if you learned so much and you're so successful, then why don't you create a YouTube channel and teach people for free as you claim that you can, right? If you have the blueprint that you've decoded, see, this is right. This isn't complicated. If the poor black man, if you learn real estate from books and Bigger Pockets, essentially you're saying that, I'm assuming right now, and I could be wrong, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. If you're telling me that you've learned real estate and stuff for free, then why not create a YouTube channel, show us your success, and then go and make other successful people? Because guess what? I'm a part of Bigger Pockets as well. And I will tell you, when you get in that forum, that information's all over the place. None of that information is actionable that you can apply right now today and get to the bag. It's all over the place. And one thing I can tell you, especially as being poor entrepreneurs, because many of us, let's keep it real, we're black. We don't have time to experiment. We don't have time to experiment with, what may work and what may not work, and what worked 3 years ago and doesn't work today, right? Many of us, we only have one good shot at being successful, right? We only got one shot. Some of us, we only got $5,000 or $10,000. We don't have time to experiment. So when we invest our money and our time into something, it needs to be legitimate, and it needs to get us to the point where we can get up and running and start making money. Many of us, we don't have time to be playing these games with these people who want to quote unquote be gurus, Oh, these people who they want to try to market their product to you that's inferior by trying to tear down another product. I'm telling you, I've purchased Meet Kevin's products. They're quality products. They're quality products. I am here today because I've purchased products. Have I purchased some products that have been absolutely garbage? Yes, I have. Have I purchased some products that have been quality? Yes, I have. Like I said before, I don't get this Facebook product from Don Wilson. And I don't catch Teespring at that right time. And I don't catch that tool where I can scrape IDs. I'm not sitting in front of you today. I blew my trading account. Right? I blew my trading account. I didn't have any more money. I was tapped out. And then I came across Don Wilson. And then I was able to grow and build by selling t-shirts on Teespring. Gary Vee spoke about this when he first came across Google AdWords. Right? He said, no one was using Google AdWords at the time. No one was buying Google ads. So he was able, for wine, to get ads for 2 cents and 5 cents a click. That's how it was with Facebook pay-per-click. That timing's not there anymore. Right? That timing of being able to play with that arbitrage on the Facebook ads platform isn't there anymore. You can get that type of arbitrage on Snapchat now with ads. You can get that type of arbitrage on Instagram right now because they're new platforms. Whenever there's a new platform, there will be a lot of mispricing and misquoting, and you can take advantage of that inefficiency. I remember back when Bitcoin first really started getting on exchanges, you could buy Bitcoin on one exchange and it would be like $100 higher on one exchange, and then you can go and sell it right on the next exchange. That's what Arthur Hayes was doing when he created BitMEX. He was just doing arbitrage, buying on one exchange and selling on another exchange and playing in the middle and just making that profit, that spread. Arthur Hayes is a billionaire, and by the way, he's a black man, and he created BitMEX. Playing with that arbitrage. I'm here to tell you guys, you learn this type of stuff by being around people who was going to teach you. Many of you are $2,000 richer now because you joined my Tech Academy and you went through the Uniswap decks. And for those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, I have a video up right now, how to claim your free tokens, get your free Uni tokens. Right? Now, I like what Candace Stevenson said. This is really important. She says, I have not seen a lot of color folks with products that has quality and substance. Are we that lackadaisical? We, persons of color, have a lot of work to do. Thank you, Eli, for introducing me to Yvette. No problem. When I put together my Tech Academy, I understood that YouTube has started to shadow ban crypto content because crypto is a threat. Crypto, I keep telling you guys, this is our last shot at quote unquote freedom and beating the globalists, because you're never going to fully beat the banksters and the financial elite. But this is our first chance. Our first chance of actually beating the globalists. And platforms like Facebook, YouTube, they're part of the centralized authority. And they're going to do everything in their power to try to control crypto, try to, centralize it, regulate it, tax it as they can. So they're starting to shadow ban crypto content. So I said, well, how can I still get my message out to people, onboard people in an ethical way that's not breaking the bank? I created my Tech Academy. So I can talk to you about the economy. I can talk to you about technology. I can talk to you about scammers and schemers, but I can still onboard you into crypto for $50, right? Not charging you thousands of dollars, $50. And then now you can focus on putting the thousands of dollars into crypto. That was the point. John Lycos, 100%. 100%. 100%, John Lycos. That bet is still on. The bet is still on. I'm a man of my word. There was another troll that used to be on here. I paid him his. I think me and him had a $25 bet. So, but that's fair. That's a fair exchange. Now, what I want to say, and I don't want to make this, a racial thing, right? I just want to make this a common sense thing. Many of us, we have very toxic ways of assessing success. We believe in materialism. And see, this is why it's so easy to fall for a lot of these schemes and scams from people like Polite and Jay Morrison and Umar Johnson and etc., especially black men. As soon as we see a nice car, we see women, we see nice material things, we automatically think that somehow translates into success. And we don't want to take out the necessary time to really educate ourselves properly. We don't want to take out the time to read the books, to read the blogs, to watch the videos, to apply the information in a real meaningful way, to use the proper discernment to say, this person doesn't know what he's talking about. Many of us, we have lottery ticket mentalities. So we believe that if we just give this person our money or we just buy this product and we follow a few steps, we're going to be successful. See, that's not true, right? As I said before, when you come to Mosh's channel, it's all about programming. When you come to Mosh's channel, yes, he has quality free information, but it's only surface level. But what you can say to yourself is that if the surface level information is this good, then I understand that the information I'm going to pay for is worth it. So when I come over to Mosh's page, I don't mind paying $149 or $50 for mastering React. I don't mind paying for it because I know it's quality. For those of you who joined my Tech Academy and you followed the steps, you're making money right now. Your Ethereum positions are up. Your Bitcoin positions are up. You claimed your Uniswap tokens. What did I say to you in the video to do with those Uni tokens? I said sell those Uni tokens. Uniswap was trading at when I finished the video, it was trading at about $7 and some change. Let me show you what it's trading at right now. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you. And again, I'm not saying this because I'm claiming to be the Messiah and I want to take credit for your success. What I'm saying to you is at this point, I should have built up some level of trust with you that I know what I'm talking about. Let's look at what Uniswap is trading at right now. Right now, Uniswap is trading at, where is it at? $5.29. Right? $5.29 is what it's trading at. I told you to get out. It was at around like $7 and some change, $6.80. It dropped all the way down to $4.59. Why am I telling you this? I've been around long enough to understand all airdrops pump and then they dump. They pump and then they dump. Now, if you have a long-term mindset, you may want to hold on to those Uniswap tokens. Regardless of the fact, I was able to onboard you. I was able to expose you to something different. And then you were able to take advantage of that opportunity because of timing, because of right place, right time, right information, using proper discernment, not investing in joining my Tech Academy because you're going to get a pair of gold shoes. You're going to have multiple wives. You're going to go sit at the Lakers game. That's not why you join an academy. You join because you want to learn skills. You want to become more knowledgeable. You want to become more profitable in the marketplace, right? Are there videos about day trading? Absolutely. Are there people who can teach you about investing online? Absolutely. They're not on the level of S&B Capital. Steve and Mike, they've been doing this for 20 years. I paid over $3,500 for the futures course they had and over $5,000 for the stock trading course that they had at the time. That means I spent over $8,000 to learn how to trade from professional traders. Professional traders. Not some guy that's behind a green screen in his mama basement, right, renting out Airbnbs and exotic cars. No, I paid them, professionals who've worked on Wall Street, who's been trading for over 2 decades. They have a track record on the street. When you come to this website, do you see any Lambos? Do you see any Ferraris? Do you see any naked women? Do you see any foolishness, or do you see them showing you trading? Go to their YouTube channel. Again, I'll pull it up for you guys. Again, I believe in giving you actionable information that you can act on. So this is how you're supposed to be assessing whether or not someone is serious and whether or not you should be putting money into what they're trying to give you and sell to you, right? Because, you got these people on YouTube, they constantly are hating and saying, oh, the game is sold and it's never told. And, you shouldn't be buying stuff from people. And, I got rich friends and, they're not online teaching. Well, I know these guys, some of these guys are seven-figure traders. And they're teaching 12 years ago. 12 years. Look at the date of these videos. Look at this. S&B Capital for 12 years. 12 years they've been teaching. You want to learn how to trade? Go learn from pros. 12 years. They're not doing status corrections today. Cargo miniums tomorrow. Dr. Sebi's new documentary next week. Debating the Hebrews and the Christians and the Moors. No, they're talking about trading. 12 years in the game. Who you want to learn from? Who do you want to learn from? Who do you want to learn from? You want to learn from some clown talking about O.W. Gurley? Or you want to learn from somebody who's been doing something for 12 years? So when you come across these people who are telling you, oh, I know successful people and, they don't teach people. Or I know successful people and they teach. You can go to their actual trading floor. They have an actual trading desk. And you can go sit on the trading desk and learn from them. Yes, I'm going to pay them $5,000. Yes, I'm going to pay them $3,500 to learn because it's quality information. So now I can sink and swim on my own merits. They're teaching me how to fish. They're teaching me how to fish. They're not giving me fish. They're teaching me how to fish. They're educating me on how to be my own boss. People say, oh, I can go learn that on Udemy for $10. Do you understand that taking a course on Udemy, and I've taken courses on Udemy as well, but I understand that those courses are limited in scope. That's like comparing, a 1992 Honda to, a Ferrari. Or a 2020 Bentley. It's not in the same league. Like, just because you tape a Bentley sign on a Honda, it's still a Honda. Right? It's still a Honda. Right? Udemy courses are good for teaching you the basics. As I said before, you can go learn about JavaScript. Are they going to teach you how to fine-tune your Java? Are they going to teach you how to bring in different frameworks, how to use different tools and extensions, how to blend it with your CSS and your HTML? Are they going to teach you those things? Come on. You got to be smart about this. And as I said before, it's important that you pick and choose who you listen to. You come to me, Kevin's page. It's about real estate. It's about the economy. It's about investing. And yes, he calls out Grant Cardone because Grant Cardone uses and utilizes the very things that I'm talking about. He uses what? Materialism to get you in. If I see a Lamborghini, I automatically say scam. If I see a person with fancy clothing on and they're selling themselves and the material things they have more, I automatically know if it's not a scam, it's a goddamn scheme. I know that. If a person is using race and racism to sell their products and services, I know that their products and services are not quality. Go through this man's page. Quality information. Because see, to learn the stuff that I know takes time. To learn about cryptography, to learn about elliptic curve cryptography, Diffie-Hellman, RSA, that takes time. That takes time to learn information. I didn't learn this type of stuff. I learned overnight. It took me time to learn this stuff, right? I'm telling you, the stuff that me, Kevin has, you take some of these courses. They're worth it. So yes, basic info exists. Get the basics, learn the basics. I'm not telling you not to. But there's, again, as I said before, you have to buy into networks. You don't go to Harvard because you're going to learn anything different. You go to Harvard to buy into the network, to get access to the people. When I join groups to make connections. And now we have things like Zoom. I, to this day, am still buying courses today. Right now. Today. And I care about actionable information. If you're paying someone for real estate information, you're paying for them to cut down your learning curve so you don't have to spend hours scouring the internet. Do you understand how scattered the information is? Do you understand you can spend hours looking all throughout the internet for information? Those are hours that you can't get back. Or you can pay someone to get you straight to the point. If you're in JMA SM, God bless you. You are the ultimate fool if you're in JMA. And you deserve to lose every dollar that you will lose in JMA. And I have no sympathy for you. And what I'm going to tell you, SM, for you being such a fool and being in JMA, I'm going to block you because we don't have time for any person who's in JMA. God bless you. See you when I see you. I hope Jay Morrison takes every single dollar from you. I hope Jay Morrison, I hope you invest in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. I hope you invest in Cash Buyers Academy. I hope Jay Morrison steals your house. I hope that Jay Morrison then files bankruptcy and takes it. I hope that Jay Morrison does everything to you, allegedly, that he's done to everyone else. I hope that happens to you. I hope you lose every dime. I hope you take the equity out your mother's house. I hope you put that into the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, and I hope Jay Morrison takes all your money and then bankrupts the fund. Is what I hope. And while Jay Morrison is swaggy and rich, and while him and his wife are having nice weddings with your money, I want you to come back here and tell me you're in JMA. Okay? That's what I want you to do. Okay? That's what I want you to do. But again, as I was saying, when you purchase courses, mentorship from people, you are buying into a network. You are buying into experience. You are buying into a person to cut down your learning curve so that you don't have to spend hours scouring the internet. Guys, I tried to do the free. I used to think that way. And what I've learned, as I said before, when you don't have skin in the game, it's easy to quit. As I said, just look at this. This is a whole course on, if you wanted to learn Python, this is an entire course on Python. Entire course on Python. The first video had 300,000 views. Here we are at the 15th video, only has 27,000 views. You know why? You know why? Because what's easy to do is easy not to do. And when you don't have skin in the game, it's very, very easy to drop off. Now let's take it a step further. When you are learning things that require a lot of focus, and they're very intensive in thinking and computation, one of the hardest things to do is learn by yourself. Right? One of the hardest things to do is to learn computer programming by yourself is probably one of the hardest things. One of the hardest things to do. You want to be a part of a group. You want to be a part of an academy. You want to be a part of an environment where you and other people can grow together and you can foster relationships. I'll give you another story because I believe in the power of storytelling. When I first got to LIU, I had to sit out my freshman year because my GPA was so low that I didn't have the core courses to get through the clearinghouse. So my SAT score was high, but I didn't have the core courses. So I had to sit out my freshman year. And there was a senior on the team by the name of Eugene, white dude, Russian. Me and him in practice, we used to fight every single day. Every day in practice, we would fight because I was a freshman and I was coming in and I was trying to earn my spot. And he was a 5th-year senior and he was saying to himself, he's not giving it up that easy. Long story short, we spent the whole first year battling. I hated him and he hated me. Then a network marketing company came around. This was at the end of the year. The season was over. I believe we had lost in the second round that year to Quinnipiac. Eugene joined a network marketing company and he invited me to come out to one of the presentations that they had. And as soon as I got to the presentation, I said, this is another one of those things. One of those things where you get 3, that get 3, that get 3, that get 3. We've all heard about these pyramid schemes. But something about it just struck me as it was unique that you can get paid off of electricity. And I said, well, hey, listen, I know someone that pays their light bill, right? Everyone I know pays electricity. So you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to get rich. You couldn't tell me that. When I seen the presentation and they were paying $90 bonuses, I said, sign me up right now. Now, here's the funny thing. At the time, I'm from the hood. I'm broke. I didn't even have no money to join the opportunity. Eugene paid for me to join. And he said, listen, all you got to do is get customers. So you know me. I went back home and I start telling everybody, we're going to be rich. Just join this thing. I didn't even know what I was talking about. Well, to my surprise, most people weren't interested. No one wanted to join, but they was willing to be my customer. I'm saying this to say to you that I went from not speaking to this guy, from not liking this guy, from battling in practice, throwing elbows, to now every single day, me and this guy was together every single day now, trying to build this business. And at first, it started off going really well. Then we read a few Rich Dad, Poor Dad books. We thought that we was Robert Kiyosaki reincarnated, and we went and we brought a bad brownstone. Bad deal. Didn't work out. But we started building a relationship. And then now, to this day, 12 years later, me and him are still friends. We're still business partners. We've made a lot of money together, and we've lost a lot of money together. You know how we were able to grow? We were able to grow, and I was able to meet him by trying to do something different that I've never done before. Right? I'm trying to get you guys to understand that if you want something different, you have to be willing to try something different. And I promise you, along the way, you're going to meet new people with different mindsets, with growth mindsets. Coming from where we come from, most of it is toxic. How do you build those relationships? How do you get those relationships? You have to join different groups, join different societies, venture out to different meetups, go to some hackathons, go to different meetups and groups and REI and join the REI club. You have to. That's how how do you think you're going to find investors for your ideas? How do you think that you're going to find, potential business partners to help scale up your business? How do you think you're going to find them? You're not going to find them in your immediate circle. You're not going to find them in your comfort zone. I purchased this product, FB Ads Cracked. I'm able now to be in a group with other people, and then they see your hunger. They see your passion. They see what you want. And then now they say, hey, I like this guy. I like this lady. That's how you network. You don't network by begging, right? No one's going to want to give you something just because you ask for it. People give you things because you have value. That's why it's called a fiat currency, right? Because money has energy behind it, right? I'm not saying waste your money frivolously. I'm saying invest in things that are going to be productive for you. Join groups and societies and organizations that are going to uplift you, that are going to motivate, that's going to inspire, that's going to provide you with resources so that you can tap into those resources. I'm a part of so many different groups on Facebook. I'm a part of so many different academies because there's always something to learn. When you're in the education profession, I believe there's something known as continuing education credits, because technology is always changing. Information's always changing. That's how you do things. You have to grow. Now, for those of you who you went through the Uniswap, you claimed your Uni tokens, don't go blow that money, right? If you listen to the information I provided you, you have your $2,400 now from Uniswap. Guess what you do now? Now you have some ETH, because you know you need 32 ETH to stake. Excuse me. Now you have money to invest, right? Don't go take that money now and go buy a new TV. Don't take that money now and go out and try to splurge. This is the power of crypto. Go invest in some things to get some more airdrops. Uniswap is just the beginning. I've been in crypto now for over 8 years. You know how many airdrops I've received? You know how many airdrops I've received over the years? I received those Bitcoin Cash airdrops. I received those Bitcoin Diamond and Bitcoin Gold airdrops. You can participate in different This is the power of crypto. Imagine waking up. Because Uni was when I cashed out of Uni, I believe I cashed out when I finally claimed the tokens. Uni was trading at like $7 and some change. I cashed out. I think I got like $2,700 when I cashed out of Uni. And what did I say in the video? I said, guys, I'm not holding Uni because I understand that number one is 1 billion Uni tokens. Only 150,000 in circulation right now. Right? Only 150,000 in circulation. But then every year they're going to be offloading more Uni tokens. Right. There will always be like new supply coming on. And then you have the founders of the project. I believe that they're vested. They're locked up for the next 4 years. So if they're locked up for the next 4 years, then they're going to eventually dump their Uni tokens as well. Then you have Sushi Swap. Then you have Polka Swap getting ready to come out. You have synthetics. Like there's so many different decentralized exchanges and places. It just doesn't make sense to hold the token. Now, excuse me, I could be wrong. Uni could eventually one day be worth $20 billion. This is where now, from being a part of the academy, you have to learn how to use discernment. Do I hold the tokens or not? I'm a bull on Ethereum, right? Why? Because Uniswap is built on top of Ethereum. And if you start thinking about the fact that to use Uniswap, you still need ETH because you need to pay your gas fees in ETH. So it just makes more sense to swap into Ethereum and hold Ethereum long term. But again, you're getting access to this type of information because you're buying into my experience. My experience with airdrops is they tend to tank. They tend to always drop when you first get them, right? Because the smart money's cashing out. Now, it may take 2 or 3 weeks and the price may bounce back. So then guess what? Sell half and keep the other half. So cash out on half your Uni and then hold the other 200 Uni. You got 400 tokens just for using the DEX. Now, here's the funny thing. There's over 200 students in my Tech Academy. Here's the funny thing. It's over 200 students in my Tech Academy. Probably only 50 of you have even taken the Ethereum course yet. So think about how many of you, and I get it, life takes its toll on you. You don't have a lot of time. Guys, watch a video a day. Watch one video every day if you don't have time, because this information is time sensitive. If you didn't take that Ethereum course and watch the video where I teach you how to use Uniswap and how to buy Chainlink, you just missed out on $2,400, maybe even more. This is time sensitive information. So yes, should you buy information that could be found online for free? Absolutely. Because it's not just the information that you're buying. You're buying access to the network. You're buying access to the person's experiences. You're buying access to mentorship. You're buying access to motivation, to inspiration. And you're also buying access to other people. You're buying access to where you can grow with other people. That's the most important key thing. You know how you find buyers for real estate deals or investors for real estate deals? By being in groups of people who actually paid. Right? Oh my God. So fly. That's the key thing too. I forgot about that. That's key too. Thank you so much for that. So fly said something very, very important. Information in sequence as well. That's another key I forgot to mention. That's one of the most important things, is that you're learning information in a fashion that you can retain and apply the information that's in a stair-step fashion, right? Where you're not learning it, because one of the problems, and I said this with the information with the internet, is it's so scattered, it's all over the place, right? Like learning in a way where I'm not becoming overwhelmed. That's why I started with Bitcoin. To me, Bitcoin's like MySpace. In order to really, and then obviously there were social networks and was before MySpace, but MySpace was the popular one. Like they had Black Planet and stuff like that, Skonex, etc. But I'm saying, first you had MySpace, and then from MySpace came Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and all of these different platforms. So I start with Bitcoin because if you can understand a peer-to-peer decentralized cryptocurrency, if you can understand that a blockchain is a database, if you can understand that the hashes is what chain these blocks together and what makes them immutable, if you can understand a node and mining, if you can get these things, okay, then now you can start understanding Bitcoin's pros, and then you can understand Bitcoin's cons, and you can understand where Bitcoin fails at as far as being scalable, right? Because you can't really build with the scripting language that they use. Well, then this is where Ethereum comes into play, right? Ethereum comes into play because it's going to be a decentralized supercomputer, the world's computer, where you can build applications on top of that protocol, right? It's a virtual machine. Okay, now you understand, okay, Ethereum can do things different than Bitcoin can't do. But then Ethereum also has its limitations as well, right? But you learn this because you're learning in a stair-step fashion. Okay, so now this is where Polkadot comes into play. This is where Matic comes into play. This is where Cosmos comes into play, because these are layer 2 solutions that are going to make Ethereum more scalable. How do you learn these things? You're learning these things in a stair-step fashion. You want to learn how to program and build smart contracts? Well, first you need to understand JavaScript, because Solidity is extremely similar to JavaScript. And a dApp has a front end and has a back end. The front end is most likely a website, web development. Then you need to know JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. And then, right, your back end is going to talk and communicate to the blockchain. That's where your smart contract's going to go. Well, then guess what? Now, being that smart contracts are deterministic and they have finality to it, well, then I need Chainlink now, right? I need an Oracle, right? I need middleware to make sure that the data that's being fed to these smart contracts is accurate data, right? Because when you're dealing with a cryptocurrency, you're dealing with finality. You're dealing with something that's immutable. See, so now you start learning these things because you're learning them in a fashion, in a stair-step fashion that makes sense. First, I need to learn Bitcoin. Okay, I know what Bitcoin can do and can't do. Okay, I know what ETH can do and can't do. Okay, now I know why Chainlink is important. I know now why Polkadot is important. Now we start talking about KYC, know your customer centralization. We start talking about how companies like Coinbase and Binance are problematic. How do you learn this? Because if you're a part of the academy, many of you don't like uploading pictures of your ID. You don't want to give them your social security number. This is where decentralization comes into play and a DEX comes into play, like Uniswap. That's why Uniswap is so powerful, because guess what? If you went through the academy and you start using Uniswap, then you can see, hey, I can just swap ETH for any ERC20 token that has the interface, and I don't have to upload any documents, right? But you're learning in a way that you're applying things while you learn. That's the important thing. Yes, are there YouTubers and videos for free online? Absolutely. But again, as I said before, if you come to Andreas's page, where do you start? Where do you start? Do you start here? Twitter account compromise, Ethereum Q&A? Do you start on a technical introduction to the Lightning Network? So yes, he's way more knowledgeable than me. His free information goes back. He's an OG in the space. I believe he was making videos probably 5-6 years ago. Let's see his oldest video. 5 years ago, right? Excuse me. So if you want to learn for free, you can learn for free. But is it actionable? Can you take action on this information right now? You can't. He's not talking to you about Sushi Swap, Uniswap. He may briefly cover these things. He more covers the technical aspects of things. And he can cover these technical things in way more detail than I ever could. He can cover this stuff way because he's worked in the industry. He's an OG. But again, I just feel like, again, me personally, you could say that I'm bragging about myself. I think I do a good job of explaining things. And SoFly, you're reiterating my point. Learning on YouTube is a nightmare. It's all over the place. Yes, 100%. 100%. Or you could pay $19.95 or less for notification books and get much more detail than courses give. And I have Udemy courses on coding, music, math by PhDs. Okay, cool. No problem. I've taken courses on Udemy as well, and I can show you plenty of courses I've taken. In those courses, they don't do a good job of explaining information and putting the information together. They do a good job of giving you information on that particular subject matter. I've taken courses on JavaScript, and they don't cover anything about HTML. They don't cover anything about CSS. And here's the funny thing, right? So now this person's a fool, right? So now you could pay $20 for that Udemy course or that $10 for that Udemy course, and then you're still gonna have to turn around and take another course because you're going to have to learn about HTML. You're going to have to learn about databases. You're going to have to learn about different APIs, right? So you're going to have to learn about different frameworks. So by the time you finish paying $10 here, $20 here, $10 here, $20 here, it's going to add up to probably about $500 to $1,000 just for you to be more confused after you finish than you were before that. Because why? You can't really talk to the PhD and ask the PhD the proper questions that you need at the right time. Follow me here. Right? You may have a question right now that you can get answered right now by being a part of a group or having a mentor that you're not going to get when you take that Udemy course. So you can go the Udemy way, but you're still paying. You're still paying anyway, right? It's not free. You're still paying. So if you want to learn from a quote unquote PhD, I'm not knocking that. Go for it. If you believe the finance PhD can teach you better, by all means, go learn from the finance PhD. You're still going to pay, right? So if you're paying $20 or $50, okay, let's say you're a bargain shopper, you're still paying. Period. End of discussion. So let's look at some of these questions. We have in here. When you listen to this guy, you should wonder who's really conscious in our community. Shouts out to this brother for not about to be left behind. This is organic consciousness. And yes, Don Joe, one of the biggest problems I have with the conscious community, one of the biggest problems I have with many of these woke people on the quote unquote internet is they spend so much time talking about things that we can't control, things that we can't prove, or things that it's subjective. We don't spend our time, and when I say we, I'm talking more in a broad sense. I'm not talking about everyone. I don't see enough engagement in things that actually matters. Where we can quantify it. We can sit down and we can say to ourselves, this is where we're starting at, and this is where we're trying to go. Right? Like, okay, we're like when you look at quote unquote the real estate fund, right? Or you look at Umar Johnson with the school. These are not subjective things. These are objective. I'm giving you X amount of money. This is what I expect you to do, right? It's objective. It's either can you do it or you can't. And I think that if we spent more time focusing on objective things and actually having objectives, we'll be much better off. If we focus more on the present and our future and less on our past and constantly talking about the ancestors and stuff like that, pay your respect to the ancestors by all means. I'm not telling you to pretend like we haven't had it rough, but God damn it, how do you expect to create a better future for yourself if you're constantly wallowing around in the past and you're not focusing on solutions in the present day or the future? How do you leave something better for your children if you're not focusing on actively building something for those people that are going to come? Even if you can't achieve financial freedom, or if you can't achieve the level of success that you want, what about your kids? Your kids can learn how to code. Your kids can learn how to program. Your kids can be computer engineers, right? Your kids can be lawyers. They can be doctors. What about those who are going to come after us? We spend so much time, just arguing and debating about stuff that's, the Christians versus the the Hebrews, and you start saying to yourself, like, where does that get us? Okay, you spend 2 hours watching that debate. Where does it get you? Like, okay, you're more knowledgeable, but can you apply that knowledge in an objective way that's going to be more beneficial to you? Is it going to result in more income for you, right? Is it going to result in better health for you? These are things that are important. Like I said before, if these people can cure HIV and they can cure, diabetes and all this stuff, why not just prove it? So I'm trying to get people away from a lot of those subjective conversations and trying to get people into more objective conversations that you can quantify and you can actually measure, if not you're getting the impact that you want, right? That you want, right? So, I'm not dismissing those things and saying that you can't do those things if you want to, right? It's a free country. I'm not here to judge. I'm saying that if I can try to onboard more people and get them away from what I believe is foolishness, then I'm going to do my best to do that. Right? Like I said before, it's very unproductive. And, you find yourself sometimes getting sucked in, even the drama on YouTube, the beefing, the back and forth, and this YouTuber versus that YouTuber, and, this scheme versus that scheme. Sometimes you can get yourself caught up in that, and you have to be able to not put too much of your time and energy into that. Because as I said before, your most valuable asset that you have is time. You can get more money. You can't get back more time. And anytime a person is telling you that they can teach you for free, you need to ask them, where are your successful free students? How many free successful students do you have? If their product or their service is so great, we should see all of these successful students coming out. We should see it. And if you pose that question to me right now, I can show you well over 15 people who are well over $2,400 richer because of information that I provided to them for $50. So think about it. If you've invested $50 into the Tech Academy, if you got that $2,400 stimulus from uni, you more than made your money back for the next 3-4 years for the Academy. And that's not counting gold. That's not counting ETH. Right. And again, markets go up, markets go down. I'm not taking credit. What I'm saying to you is that what you're investing in, the knowledge and information that you put your money into, is yielding you a reward. So you can't say that, quote unquote, the information is useless if you put your money into it and now you made money from it. Right. If you paid for something and now you're making money, then it can't be useless. Let's look at some more questions. I'm working on some, John Lycos, I'm working on a cryptocurrency project right now with NFTs. I believe that non-fungible tokens is going to be extremely huge for the DeFi ecosystem, for the Ethereum ecosystem, and even some of the other smart contract platforms like Tezos and Cardano. Non-fungible tokens are going to be huge, a huge thing. I think that that's going to be the next bull market. I think that all of you should be focused on it. As I said before, I'm working on a project right now to create tradable cards. Really big industry. When you understand sports memorabilia and stuff like that, and that, each component has a different value metric to it, it's extremely powerful. So that's going to be the next hype. So you need to definitely be taking a look at that and really doing your due diligence on that, because that's where the money's going to be at. Non-fungible tokens is where it's at. Just look at the success of CryptoKitties. Now, the problem with ETH, and many of you are experiencing that right now with the Uniswap tokens, some of you it's taking you well over like 10 hours or 15 hours. It took me over 10 hours to claim your tokens. That's just because the network is extremely congested right now. And the ETH gas fees are just out of this world, right? Like the fees are ridiculous. And again, this is where Polkadot comes into play, Matic comes into play, Cosmos comes into play. And these are crypto projects you should be looking at, because those are some of the bags that I have. Another thing I want you guys to look at is Loop Ring. Loop Ring is going to be a big project as well. And again, don't just go buy it because I'm talking about it. Go research it. Time is money. I'd rather spend money to learn it in 2 weeks than get it for free and spend the next 6 months. 100% D Wells. I went, like I said before, I went through that problem, spending hours upon hours, in these different forums and reading stuff and just driving myself crazy. The poor black man said the sister paid Jay Morrison $15K. She still got burned. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. The dollar amount doesn't equate to how good the information is. The person teaching it is going to dictate that. And this is where your discernment comes into play. If I come to this guy's page right here, meet Kevin, I watch his videos, I see the quality of his videos and the quality of his information. I'm learning from him as I'm watching. Right? So I'm not just saying, oh, well, he speaks well and he's wearing a shirt and tie, so I'm giving him my money. No, I'm watching him and I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm learning while I'm watching. So then now when I look at his videos, I actually see him doing real estate. He's doing real estate in my face. He's buying stocks in your face. He's buying stocks. See, he's not sitting up here flashing a bunch of cash to you and showing you a screenshot. He's not doing that. Anyone can Photoshop a screenshot. Anyone can be trading on a demo and make it like it's a real account. No, he's actually showing you his stock portfolio. Right? He's showing you his stock portfolio. You're seeing it in real time. He's showing you his wins and he's also showing you his losses. You can also go look him up and you can see that he's actually a realtor in California and he's actually sold houses. He's also a real estate investor. Like you can watch this. When you see these other conscious clowns, what they do is they gaslight you. They get you emotional. They give you some good information. All the information is not bad. Don't get it twisted. You can learn from Boyce. You can learn some stuff from Polite or Umar. I'm not saying that all of the information that these people are giving you is bad. What I'm saying is that what comes behind the information is nowhere near worth what you're paying. I'm telling you that I've taken this guy's courses and I've made money from these courses. Also, these courses, they have a money back guarantee. Some of these courses, I believe, is 14 days. Some other courses are 30 days. That also tells you the quality of a product. The fact that a person's willing to give you back your money. As I said before, I'm so confident in my product and in my service that I will give it away for free to you for 7 days. You can have access to my academy for 7 days. Why? Because I want people who want to be with me. I don't want you if you don't want to be there. If you think that my product and my service isn't good and isn't up to par, keep your money. Right? Keep your money. I don't want you if you think that I'm unqualified, if you think that my product sucks, if you think that my service sucks, if you'd rather go learn from the finance PhD, by all means, go learn from the finance PhD. I'm not here. This is not Crips and Bloods, baby. You don't have to pick a side. You can pick whatever you want. Pick whatever you want. I just know that I focus on teaching you how to fish and not giving you fish. And I focus on teaching you how to use discernment. I feel much better giving me, Kevin, $600 of my money than $3,500. Right? I feel much more comfortable giving a man $469 of my money that I can get back, that I can get a refund if the product or service isn't good. Some of you are paying people for mentorship and they don't even mentor you. Courtney Gibson, that's the thing. Not only got to lay there, but your bank account will lay there when you're done. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So what this person say? What platform? It's a good question. What platform do you train on, Zoom or Teams? I purchased a product from Clever Programmer years ago for Python. It was a Python course. And then they created a Facebook group. And then inside of that Facebook group, like we do weekly Zooms where we get together and we'll, like, for example, we're working on a Twitter clone right now with React.js, right? That's the project that we're working on. And like, again, it keeps your skills sharp, but like we're in this Zoom meeting and we're face to face now, like we're talking, we're asking questions, because some of these people, and this is what I plan on doing with My Tech Academy, once a lot of you guys get caught up, because many of you are still behind, we can do like a weekly project. And then that weekly project, we'll be able to get into these Zoom meetings together. And now we can all learn from each other. Because like in some of the Zoom calls we have, it's like 30 people on the call, like 20 people on the call. Obviously, we're not all talking at once. The more senior developers, the people who are more experienced, they talk. But like while we're working together, because we're working in teams of 4, when we're working, we can now ask questions to people who have more experience than us by being in that group, right? So now that makes you more knowledgeable, and now you're able to grow as a team. That's what I want to have in My Tech Academy. I want to eventually get to that point where I can put you guys in teams and y'all can work on projects and stuff like that. But again, I get it. For many of you, you haven't really had that much experience right now. A lot of you, you're working your way through the coding boot camp, which is okay. You have to crawl before you walk. But like I said before, some of these groups I'm in, it's like 15,000 people, 13,000 people, 5,000 people. Like these are big groups. And yes, these are paid groups. These are not like free groups. Some of these groups are like, it's like $500 to join or $300 to join, stuff like that. But again, you pay for what you get what you pay for. If it's a free group, chances are you're going to have a lot of newbies in there, people who aren't serious, and they're going to be asking a bunch of questions that, just it drags down the morale of the group, right? I want to be working with professionals and people like that, because as I said before, I'm working on my own crypto project right now with non-fungible tokens. I've been working on it for a while, and I meet developers and stuff like that. I get ideas for projects. So this is how you grow. What's the name? We're starting with JavaScript. We're starting with JavaScript. We're going to do a little bit of HTML, CSS. We want to get to the point where we're doing Solidity, right? Because there isn't just a lot of information. Like people say like, oh, you can't find Solidity for free online. You just can't. Everyone who's teaching you Solidity, basically smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain, they give you basic information that you can find in the actual Solidity template. Like you're not going to get that information. You're just not going to find it. That's where we want to get to eventually. But many of you, again, and before, I'm not talking down to you. I understand that this is new. A lot of you are struggling with the JavaScript aspect. You're trying to learn that. So we've been on the Java for longer than I wanted to be on Java. But listen, it's okay. If it takes us another month before many of you get up to speed, then that's okay too. But eventually, that's where I want to get to the point where we're focusing on Solidity and smart contracts and working on dApps, right? So, so Derek Snurl says, another small thing I look at now is whether the real business or professional is using a business email or simply using Gmail. You might think it's trivial, but it gives a professional presence. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, Derek Snurl. I cannot tell you how many times I tell people, you can tell from the presentation of how something is laid out if this person is serious about what they're offering you or if they're just trying to sell you a bunch of games and gimmicks and hype. If a person's using a Gmail, that right there alone tells me like, okay, you didn't even think enough to invest in a domain name and get a professional email that matches up with the domain name. It just lacks professionalism, 100%. Even when you do race specific businesses, right? And not just race specific, but you are targeting the lower end of the spectrum, and you're not trying to go after quality people and quality business partners. I also know that you're trying to go after people who they don't have enough life experience to be able to properly use the right discernment to know if this is a good product or service to be buying in the first place. And that goes back to Jay Morrison. No serious fund manager would be marketing their business on the Shade Room, right? The Shade Room is going after more of it's a gossip blog. It's going after a different demographic of urban people, right? It's not going after people who are financially literate or financially astute. So when you're marketing your product or service there, I already know that you're not going after people who really want to ask questions. And then when you're invoking Tulsa and stuff like that, you're trying to pull on people's emotional, their emotional heartstrings and push that emotional button. Because if he went at Wall Street would immediately looked at that and said it doesn't make any sense, right? Right? Immediately would have looked at that and said, no, there's no way. The fee structure doesn't make any sense. The structure of the assets, it doesn't make any sense. The fact that he has so many of businesses that he's tied to underneath Treff, that money is flowing through, doesn't look right on paper. That it just doesn't make any. Whoever is his accountant, whoever is his attorney, clearly doesn't understand just the way things look. To have his name on that many business entities that's directly underneath Treff doesn't make any sense, right? And it just reeks of double dipping. It reeks of trying to legally misappropriate funds or run money through your other entities. Nothing about it looks right. Like nothing about it looks legitimate from the top to bottom. And professional analysts, professional investors would have spotted that from the spot immediately and said, no, this is not a serious investment at all. So, John Lyko said, yeah, your Monero Exodus wallet blew my mind in its simplicity. Atomic wallet just added XMR spot exchange. Yeah. And understand, John, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I try not to be too technical. These are 101 courses. They're meant to onboard you. They're not meant to really dive that deep into the, it's not meant to dive into how we can really get gangster with this, because I really want to get to the point where we start dealing with Tor. I really want to get to the point where we start building our own computer from the ground up and only installing software that is meant for us to be transacting privately. I really want to dive into how you can really use the internet and use your computer and to shield yourself and have true anonymity and privacy when transacting. Because one thing about computers that you buy that's pre-installed with software is the attack surface is so wide, because a lot of these different softwares, they use like libraries that have, dependencies, and those dependencies can be exploited. So I wanted to just start with the Exodus wallet, the VPN, the basic stuff. And then after that, when we really start ramping this up, we're really going to dive deep into like how you can truly use, because Monero. And then it's funny because right after I created the Monero course, the IRS put out the bounty of $625,000 for anyone that could break Monero. Right. So it's funny because it just validates everything that I've been telling you guys about Monero. Monero is exactly what you think you're buying when you buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is known as a surveillance coin. Everything that you do with Bitcoin can be tracked. Everything. Right. Even to like when there's spider nodes on the network, and the CIA and different government agencies are running those nodes and listening out for specific transactions. So when they first broadcast out, your wallet broadcast that transaction, they can pick up on that metadata and track it back to certain wallets. You cannot do that with Monero. You can't do that with Monero, right? And then when you start when you start adding more layers of complexity to it, and obscuring your data and your information with VPNs, with Tor, with using certain type of computers and configurations of that computer, understanding that you don't want to ever go full screen whenever you like. There's just so many different things that you can do with privacy, because Google is really good at like using voice to track you. Facebook just got caught spying on people through Instagram, right? We're talking about privacy, right? When you start thinking about like the fact that Facebook said it was a bug in their software that was allowing them to turn on your camera on Instagram. Like when you was using your Instagram, Facebook was spying on you and you didn't even know it, right? So there's so much there's so much about privacy that so many of you don't know about how far this goes. Like the fact that a lot of you use Siri, that you use facial recognition, like that data is all being stored and tracked somewhere. Like so much about your digital footprint is being collected that so many of you just don't even know. Like your phone, these tech companies, they know more about you than you know about yourself. And it's scary to start like your phone, when you have your watch, for example, in your phone, and like you're working out and you're running, your phone and your watch, it knows your heartbeat. It knows how fast you can run, how high you can jump. Your phone knows what time you wake up, what time you go to sleep. They can start putting together like, a psychoanalyzing you based upon the websites you frequent the most. Like all of this information is being cached and stored somewhere. So opening up that tip of the iceberg with Monero and really getting you to start thinking about privacy and understanding why it's important and why you need to be, protecting yourself for privacy. It's endless where we can go with this. And this is why it's important to be into technology, right? Because when you're into tech, you can start protecting yourself more and understanding all of this different stuff. When you say OXT, Samiri, are you talking about the tool where you can actually track all of the different addresses? Because that's the OXT I know about. There's a tool where you can actually track literally like every address. There's like the whale tracker. You can track all of the whales. Are you talking about that tool? Because that's if you're talking about just the OXT tool, that's just a baby. I mean, what Chainalysis has is mind blowing. How they can like actually track everything on the blockchain. Courtney Gibson, did you get your Uni tokens? Did you watch the video and get your Uni tokens? Did you get your Uni stimulus? I'm talking about everything of V-Free. I'm talking about getting investment information. I'm talking about learning how to program, learning how to code, just learning in general. What I'm talking about as far as, this the subject matter of this video. Who you listen to, why you listen to them, why you should pay for information and why you shouldn't in some cases. Yes, there are some instances that you can get things for free. So you didn't cash out? You didn't cash out on your stimulus? John Lyko said, not even lying a little bit. People think Black Mirror is just a show. Yeah, the things that they talk about on Black Mirror, man, the tools that they have. 1980. When I first read 1984 by George Orwell, I used to always say to myself, I don't see us being in like a dictatorship that's in your face. I believe that we're going to be in a scientific dictatorship. And then I read the book by Aldous Huxley, A Brave New World, right? Because there was 1984 by George Orwell, and then there's A Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, where there was a scientific dictatorship. And as I said before, we have become such slaves that you will see people, they record and track, they willingly have accepted the microchip. Like, see, people believe that the chip is going to be, like the mark of the beast is just going to be in your hand. No, you already have the mark of the beast. It's your cell phone. Your cell phone is the beast. You walk into the store, you use Apple Pay, you swipe it with no problem. That's the chip. It has a microchip in it. The iPhone, I believe Apple has the A15 or the A12 chip, and in the iPhone 10 and 11, like you have the microchip already, right? It's just not in your body, but it's on your body every step of the way, right? Like, and all of that's being tracked. Everything about you is being tracked and traced, and with GPS and geolocating and all that. All your data is being tracked and monitored. So you've been chipped. You just don't know it yet. You're waiting for them to give you a chip through the vaccine. No, you're willingly giving up your sovereignty and your freedom, right? To the point where people record themselves committing crime. They record themselves having sex. They take sexy pictures with their phone. They let their phones track them. They put all their banking information in there. You have things like ZocDoc, all your health records, are like literally everything about you is in your phone, right? And people don't care. They like, listen, because for convenience, people will give up their freedom. We see it all the time. I didn't cash out though. You're holding it? I kept half in ETH and put the other half in BTC. Okay, yeah, that's what I did. So I put all my, I converted all of mine into Ethereum. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you transacted on Uniswap prior to September 1st, you can claim 400 free tokens. I'm going to post this in the chat for you guys. Go claim your free tokens because you're $2,400 or $2,000 richer right now. Let's see what else is going on in here. Privacy. I'm going to ask a stupid question, but oh well. Are you teaching tech or using tech to teach investing? Asking because I picture training for my company. I procure training for my company, but I'm not sure what you're selling. Number one, I'm teaching people about how to program and use the Bitcoin technology and blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. I started with JavaScript. The reason why I picked JavaScript is because the programming language that smart contracts utilize on the Ethereum network, Solidity, is similar to JavaScript. So I'm not right now looking to teach any companies and stuff like that. I'm more focused on building my company. But again, like I said, I'm teaching people about web development because dApps have a front end and they have a back end. So you need to understand, even if you don't want to be a web developer, you need to understand how the front end works as far as JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And then when you understand that Solidity is extremely similar to JavaScript, then you will understand what's going on. I'm focusing more on blockchain development is where I really want to go, because I understand that this technology is new technology and I understand that this is the future, right? So the sooner I can onboard you, and again, I'm not claiming to be an expert, right? What I'm saying is I'm onboarding you for a very, very small price. So now once you begin to understand that this is where you want to go, we are then going to take you and then put you in places that are much more expensive. But now you'll understand that, okay, well, I only paid $50 for 3 or 4 months. I really like this. This is a new career path I want to go down, or this is a new, entrepreneur field that I want to enter. Okay, this makes sense. Now, where do I go from here? That's the whole purpose of onboarding you for a small fee, getting you involved. As you can see, if you purchase some crypto on the DEX, you're up over $2,000, taking that money and now steering you in the right direction, but giving you information in a ladder fashion where you can stair step your way up into where you're trying to go. Hope that makes sense for you. I'm learning cybersecurity, and just a picture you send you in Facebook and Instagram can show all information about your location in your phone. 100%, Jariah Pope. And to think that Mark Z owns both of them, and people pour their life away to his super computer. Absolutely. And I've been telling people this time and time again about their privacy, and this is why crypto is important. This is why decentralization is important. This is absolutely speaking on that subject. There's a documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma, which is an eye-opening about all of the information they store about us. Yeah. 100%. And this is what the show Westworld's about, right? Like, and this is what I keep trying to say to you. What do you think that they're storing all this data for? What do you think that they're doing with, what do you think machine learning is? Why do you think that they're storing all of this data? right? They're not storing this data because they just want to be able to sell you more iPhones or sell you more information for, so you can buy more books or, more clothes on Amazon. They're trying to mimic human intelligence and consciousness, right? That's what they're trying to do. That's what the show Westworld is about. They're putting it in your face. This is no longer, a guess. I'll show you. I always show this because I plan on doing a video tomorrow on, tomorrow's live stream is going to be on the Instagram's camera spying on you and why that's important. Because I always show you guys this video and I'll bring it up again because this is like right in your face. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up Twitter. I always show you guys this because I think that this is important. I love this new Mac, yo. I love my new Mac. Right? Like, people don't understand, like, this is here now. Like, this was in 2009. This is Boston Dynamics. This is the company, right? This is the robot in 2009. This is the robot in 2019. Right? And understand that if they're showing you this, then what they have is much more advanced than this right now. Right? This isn't like, I'm making this up and trying to scare you like, oh yeah, I'm just trying to sell you some memberships to my tech academy. No, this is the company Boston Dynamics. Right? Like, it's here. Like, this is today, right now. This is real. So now you could be the person that programs these robots. You could be the person that maintenance these robots, or you could be the person that this robot replaces. Choice is yours. I'm telling you, I don't care if it's computer IT, if it's data and infrastructure, all right? I don't care if you're into, hardware or software. Get into something that's STEM-based. If you watch the movie Elysium with Matt Damon, that's where we're headed towards. So you can pretend like this isn't, that this is a game, but this is here. Courtney Gibson says, yeah, I've took Ivan on tech, I'm assuming too. It ain't bad. I feel like Eli explains it better. It makes things relatable. I'm a part of Ivan on tech. I'm in his academy because I like to keep an eye on the competition. Ivan on tech is, he to me is more of a marketer, right? And Ivan on tech's job is to onboard you. This is what so many people don't understand. Like, one person doesn't know it all. This is why you have associate's degrees, you have master's degrees, you have bachelor's degrees, you have PhDs. Like, as you evolve, you will need to go on and move on to more advanced teaching, right? So people like me and Ivan on Tech, we're good for onboarding you. We're not going to teach you how to be a master developer. We're not going to teach you how to be a master blockchain developer. Our job is to get you into the ecosystem. Our job is to get you to see the value of this technology. Our job is to get you to be learning a safe, controlled environment and then push you out into whichever direction you want to go. That's what mentorship is supposed to do for you, right? Mentorship isn't supposed to like you're not supposed to just join My Tech Academy or Ivan on Tech and you stay there forever, right? Like that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come through and you pass through. And if it takes you 3 months, 6 months, or a year, whatever it does, and then you move on to bigger and better things. That's how education works, right? I don't want to keep you forever. I don't want to hold you forever. I want you to grow on. Maybe you may want to get into the legal aspect of blockchains. You may want to get into the data aspect of blockchain technology, or being a programmer, or being a marketer, or being a researcher. This is why you get onboarded for a small fee. right? And then you say to yourself, okay, well, I like reading white papers and I like researching, who's behind this technology and stuff like that. Okay, well, you may want to be a researcher. You may want to get into the data aspect. That's what you do. That's how things work, right? And you pay an affordable amount of money and then you move on. That's the whole point. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think that Ivan on Tech does a good job of really trying to fine tune the information. It's like he kind of like glosses over stuff real quickly and briefly. He doesn't really go into like enough detail for me personally. And I just think I do a better job of explaining things to him. Maybe it's because, he doesn't speak English that well. I don't know exactly what it is, but he just doesn't he kind of glosses over stuff. Like I looked at his JavaScript boot camp. It was a joke. Like my boot camp's way better because I have so much more stuff planned for the boot camp. I'm just waiting for a lot of you to catch up because a lot of you are just behind. Trust me, Lady Yvette, these robots are very real. These robots are very, very real. These robots right here are real. The guy Marcus Brownlee, he's playing with these robots are real. Nothing I showed you today is me trying to gaslight you or scare you. This is all real, and this is coming in a major way. If you go to an Amazon warehouse, I want you to understand the entire Amazon warehouse has robots that go up and down the aisles and stock the shelves and pull the stuff down off the shelves. All of the humans really do is check inventory, right? Like this is very, very real. I can show you people playing with these robots. Give me 1 second. Like this right here. The Amazon warehouse is more, the robots they have at the Amazon warehouse are more efficient than this, right? So, again, and I'm not doing this to scare you guys. I'm just keeping it real. Where we're going to focus on going forward, John Lycos, is mainly going to be DeFi now, because many of you you want to learn about like staking and being able to earn interest. I kind of wanted to focus on like trading and stuff, but I'm going to focus mainly on DeFi. I'm going to put together a small trading course just as far as investing is concerned, like how you should be approaching investing. But we're really only going to be focused on like, where to properly stake your coins, what's safe, like what's a safe place to stake your coins and what's not safe. Focusing on trying to get you guys to understand that you need 32 ETH. And that's the main thing, because I think that that's going to be the driver to get a lot of wealthy people into crypto, is going to be the interest that you can earn. That's what's going to get a lot of people into crypto, I believe, because you're just not earning enough interest in the bank. What else do we have? There was one more video I wanted you guys to see. I don't see the people playing with it. Here we go. So, industry 4.0 salute, mods and chat. Yeah, I tell people we're going through the fourth industrial revolution right now. Look, this is what programming. He's programming the robot. Look at the very thing that I'm telling you guys about. He's sitting there, he's programming a robot. The jobs of the future are going to be people who's going to maintain the robots, are going to be the people who program the robots, and it's going to be the people who build the robots before robots start doing these things themselves. So yeah, Paul, I'm going to be focused on DeFi going forward. Like going forward, I just think that that's the best place that we should be focused is DeFi. I think that that's where most of you are going to make the most money, as far as staking, especially with ETH and proof of stake coming up. I just think that it's better to focus on those things, and especially if we're talking about coding, the coding bootcamp, and talking about smart contracts. It's all about DeFi, decentralized finance. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Now, DeFi is very risky. You know that with these smart contracts, it's extremely, extremely risky. So let's not make it like this stuff's not going to be risky. But I just think that a lot of you are excited that you got that free $2,400, and I just believe that there's going to be more forks. There's going to be more airdrops to come, and I want to get you guys into the ecosystem so that you can make some money. A lot of you have messaged me. You were so excited about that free $2,400 you got. So, that I know this is your first airdrop for many of you, but trust me, there will be more airdrops. But like we witnessed with Sushi Swap, there's a lot of risk in these DeFi projects. You can lose 90% of your money. So you need to make sure that you're investing money that you can afford to lose. But we're going to focus on some more safer things. As I said, also, I'm going to focus on this too. The live stream that we didn't get saved, so I'm redoing it on Tuesday. But I want to show you guys something that I'm looking at right now. Give me 1 second. If I can pull it up. Where's it at? Here we go. So let me sign in. It's asking for give me 1 second. Let me sign in. Info. This is going to be something big that I want you people to start looking at. I forgot my password, I think. Let's see what it is. 1 second. I'm logging in as we speak. Here we go. So this is something that I think that those of us who are part of the academy, this is something that I'm going to start looking into right here. So this is known as token sets, right? So what token sets allow you to do is, rather than you investing in one particular DeFi project, because, for example, let's say that you own synthetics. Well, all your exposure is to synthetics. So if synthetics drops in price 20% and you're holding nothing but synthetics, you're going to get burned. So with you can start putting together like your own S&P 500 index. So you can put together a basket of different DeFi projects. And this way now you can get exposure to multiple, DeFi assets as opposed to just holding one. And you can build your own sets. So it's like investing in an ETF or investing in the S&P 500 index. So, right, this is the DeFi Pulse Index. Right. So the DeFi Pulse Index is made up of Yearn, ETHLend, Synthetics, Compound, Maker, Loopring, Ren, Kyber Network, Balance, and Augur. So you're getting exposure to all of these different projects. So therefore now your portfolio isn't skewed to just having just the underlying asset as all of your exposure. And the cool thing about this is, as I said, you can make your own sets. So where is it at? So we got Social Trader. No, Explore Sets. So these are different sets right here, right? So you got like social trading. So like this is a fixed income proxy set, and this is made up of DAI, 100%. You have USDC. You can like click on these projects. And again, I haven't taken my time to do my full due diligence, right? So collateral price allocation is a compound DAI. I'm in the process of researching this. So don't go and put any money into any of this right now. I'm educating myself as we speak, because I will put together, if I think that this is something good, I will put together a set for us in the academy. Now, again, you have to do your own due diligence. All losses will be yours. All gains will be yours as well. But like these are different social sets that you can invest in. And since its inception, this is up 2%. This is up 4%. This one's up 158%. This is the fear and greed sentiment. This is up 158% since its inception. It's mainly made up of Ethereum. This one right here, this is up 56% since its inception. Has $37,000 locked in. So you can see there's not a lot of money locked into these sets yet anyway. Then you have robo sets. So like these are like based upon like, these are robots trading. So you could think about like a moving average. Some of these are like if the 10 moving average courses, the 24, etc. But it tells you how much money they're up. Right. So like the ETH 12-day EMA crossover was up 53%. Yeah, it's called token sets. I'll drop the link for you right now, Paul. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to sit together. I've been sitting. You know, guys, I'm busy, but I'm going to really take some time out to really study this. Token sets. Give me 1 second, because see, I'm logged in, so I don't want to give you my credentials. Give me 1 second. Token sets. There we go. And see something. Copy link. Yeah, you definitely got to put your big boy pants on. See, look, I can't even do that. I'm just going to type it in. Because when I try to copy it and paste it, it's giving me like all of this Google data. It's not letting me copy the link. So just type in token sets is what it's called, Paul, because it's not letting me actually get the link. I'm trying to copy the link. It won't let me do it. Yeah, see, it's giving me all of this data. I don't want that. Technical analysis is an educated guess. 100% Courtney Gibson. I agree. You know, you got to have more than just technical analysis behind it. You have to have an understanding of market sentiment. That's the most important thing. Most people, they don't understand when you're in a bull market versus the bear market. You have to, technical analysis works when you understand market structure. When you understand that there's a time to follow technical analysis and then there's a time not to. Like there's a time when the market just moves sideways. I call that accumulation distribution. You should not be messing around with any technical analysis because the market's in that phase of just moving sideways. And then you go through the cycles of when there's momentum in the market, that's when you focus on technical analysis, when there's real momentum to power those moves. So I'm not just buying because it's on support. I'm buying because it's on support, but then something fundamentally happened that's going to really move the price either up or down from that level. When you understand market structure, then you understand where things are going to go. And then right here, these are different traders. So for example, let's look at Moonshot Capital. Moonshot Capital, right? So let's look at their sets. So look, these sets, some of these sets are down that they have. And again, this is in beta too, right? This isn't fully fleshed out. So this is with wrapped ETH. So this person says, not knocking it. TA, big boy pants. The sharing economy is moving toward the on-demand worker. You'll have to have skills to make money instead of having a job to make money. Rewatch Eli's vids. He's a valuable source. Thank you so much, Derek Snurl. I say that all the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate the positivity and words of encouragement. But yeah, this is why I stress to you guys about just understanding tech. Even if you're not going to be a web developer or a programmer, just understanding it. So, but we're going up on 2 hours. I'm going to leave the video here. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. Tomorrow we'll be doing a live on privacy and Facebook with Instagram and how they were spying on you through your cameras. For those of you who's interested in My Tech Academy, a link to join the academy will be in the description below. We currently have a free 7-day trial, so you can test it out, see if you like it. Thank you to those of you who donated. Appreciate it. Also, for those of you who used Uniswap, you went through the Ethereum course, you used Uniswap prior to September 1st, you have 400 Uni tokens waiting for you. Go claim your tokens and either keep the tokens if you want to, sell them for another currency, cash out to cash, whatever, but go and get your Uniswap tokens. They are waiting for you. It's free money. Go and get it. Make sure that you're using the same MetaMask wallet that you used on the DEX, and it will automatically populate your Uni claim for you. Again, like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as I said, I'll leave it like this. I'm not saying that you should just frivolously spend your money and join groups, academies. I'm saying to you that you pay for information to cut down your learning curve. You pay for information to accelerate your learning curve where you don't have to waste time, because your most valuable asset is time. You can always get back more money. You can't get back more time. And a good mentor, a good teacher, a good program will do that for you. Have a blessed and beautiful evening. I'll see everyone tomorrow.